Beautiful people, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Nana Awao Arike Jayoba. I'm a story writer and an educator, and this is Stories with Rike. I am so happy to be doing this again after many months. I apologize for disappearing, and I'm also glad to share with you guys that I've been able to write 2 more stories for the young learners. So that makes it 3 of my books that have been read in schools. And recently I just published my first novel titled Bond, and I am so super excited about it. So I asked AI to generate some interview questions for newly published authors. So those questions are what I'm going to be answering in this video. So let's get into it. Bond is a story about Gabriel, a young Nigerian whose life is going according to the way he had planned with his girlfriend. And it was all fine until NYSC decides to surprise him with a plan totally different from his. He goes along with this plan, and during his service year, he meets a young lady named Zara, someone who really surprises him, amazes him. So majorly, Bond is a story about human connections, and it explores experiences that are shared by many young Nigerians. To properly answer this question, I will have to go back to 2023, which was when I served. The house I described in Bond is 90% how the house I lived in there looked like. It was a very big compound with 2 buildings. In my block, we were all core members, except a young lady who was a student. And the other block, they were all indigents. Among them was a young lady named Amiria. So there was a time that my phone got faulty, so I channeled my time and energy into reading and writing. And one day I was inside. I cannot remember the exact thing that I was doing, but I was inside and I heard Amiria's voice calling Copper. So she used to call every one of us Copper. So no one was answering her. And I went out to her and asked for what she wanted. So she said she was asking of James, my younger colleague. I asked her why. She said because there was light and she wanted to ask if he wanted to charge his phone. So the thing is, then many times their block would have light and we wouldn't, so we usually go to their block to charge our phones. So before I could answer her, my other colleague Elizabeth, shout out to Elizabeth, came out and accused Ameria jokingly about how she had never come to us to ask if we wanted to charge our phones. So we called out James for him. I think he was sleeping or something, so we called out James for her, and he gave her his phone. Surprisingly, in the evening, he didn't even have to go and ask for the phone. Ameria brought the phone for him. So we teased him about it, and that little incident was what started Bond. So I created a whole story around it. And for context, Ameria was married. She was young, but she was married. That would be the fact that I did not write at my own convenience. And it was because I needed the book to be out before my birthday. So I had to go through a lot of sleepless nights, and it was very stressful. And also at some point, I went through writer's block, which was frustrating. Yes, I did know how the story was going to end before I started writing. I had already planned the whole thing out. But along the way, there was a huge change of direction, so I didn't end up ending it the way I had thought I was going to. Actually, there are many messages in the book, but the major ones would be, number 1, not romanticizing cheating, and number 2, there is this character named Isaiah. He is Gabriel's older brother. Is a minor character, but his character symbolizes the struggle of every first child. It's trying to pass a message to society about how the society needs to calm down with their expectations of every first child. Just because it's a first child doesn't mean it has to be the first graduate, doesn't mean it has to be the first to get married, doesn't mean it has to lead every race. It's not so very easy. So among all other messages, those are the two major ones. So you can get the other ones from the book yourself. Bond reflects contemporary Nigerian society through different characters. I mean, characters will face the same problems that are faced by many young Nigerians. An example is a character named Khalifa. Khalifa is a young, unemployed, and frustrated graduate. Is a first child and someone who just wants to give his mom and younger sister a good life. And the fact that he cannot do that burns him out a lot. And this is something that many young graduates, young Nigerians can relate to. There is also Annabelle, a lady whose family isn't in support of her modeling career, so she has a lot of proving to do. There is also Zara. Zara majorly symbolizes the struggle of northern girls. So yes, the book does reflect contemporary Nigerian society in so many ways. To get a copy of Bond, you can send me a DM on Instagram. I'm going to add my Instagram handle to this video description, and I'm also going to show it on the screen. So all you have to do is to send me a DM on Instagram and you're going to get your copy of Bond. The story is a very interesting one. It's not going to be a waste of your money and time. It's a very good read. So just send me a DM on Instagram and you're going to get your copy. These segments, I'm going to be answering yes or no questions, and I'll try my best to not over-explain my answers. Let's go. Yes, a lot of time. Yes, I did. It was more than a chapters actually. Yes, I do, and it's a very silly thing to do. Absolutely yes. Yes, I do. That is why I look forward to your reviews. Yes, and that will be chapter 26. Yes, it was, and shout out to my graphic designer. He was very patient with me. Yes, I would, and it is because there is no work of art that is 100% perfect. There are always rooms for improvements. We've come to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and do not forget to send me a DM on Instagram to get a copy of Bond. And also do not forget to subscribe. Bye!